Welcome back to DJ Snipes YouTube and Twitch. Playing Chapter. A matter of considerable delicacy. 007 First Light.
The Grand Carpathian Hotel in the high Tatra Mountains of Slovakia, host to the World Chess Championship. Safe to say, 009 did not pick this location at random. The hotel is swarming with international VIPs, security is of the highest order, and due to the current diplomatic tension between the UK and Slovakia, the operation has not been cleared with local authorities. According to 009's instructions, the meeting will go down in full public view during the championship match. No comms, no tracking, no backup. And these are only the safeguards that we know about. 009 will employ every manner of subterfuge to avoid capture. And if he suspects a trap, we'll never get another shot. This is where you come in. You're all blank slates in the intelligence circuit, which makes you ideally suited for undercover work. Locate 009 and keep him under close watch, but do not engage the target. This is a black tag operation, so discretion, ladies and gentlemen, is critical.
Now, I could get used to this.
Don't act too impressed, dearest. We'll blow our cover. And James, do quit your pouting.
I'm a glorified hood ornament. What could I possibly have to pout about?
Sorry if the assignment doesn't live up to your grand expectations. Someone must watch the perimeter. If 009 slips through our fingers, you're the last line of defense.
Exhilarating. Greenway's testing you, mate. That's all. Don't give him an excuse.
The cap looks good on you, though. Really brings out your cheekbones. Take a left up ahead, James.
Backseat driver.
What's that, darling?
Just a frog in my throat.
Hold.
Is everything in order?
Routine inspection, ma'am. Won't be a moment. All clear. Please proceed.
You think if I sold a kidney, I could afford to stay for a night?
I think I have. Stayed here, I mean. A wedding back in 22.
Doesn't sound like something you'd forget.
Well, the hen was in Cannes, so we flew in by private jet. It was dark and we'd been drinking, so...
Can. Private jet.
What?
Nothing. Darling, nothing at all. What do you make of 009?
He was the best in his day. That was a long time ago. My guess is he's tired of running.
Greenway thinks we're being played. And since when do you trust Greenway? I never said I did.
They knew each other, though. That much is clear. Something to do with an operation called Nightfall.
Yo.
Hey,
Begs the question.
What's up, brother?
not much.
009 pick
Playing
Greenway out of good
007
faith.
or streaming and
Bad
playing
blood.
007
Oh,
First
yeah.
Light.
We're about to
Okay,
find
how
out.
you like it, man?
Like it a lot.
You like it?
Pull up,
Nice.
I'll stop.
Nice,
Live,
nice.
gentlemen. Switch to comms.
Yeah, I've
Right,
seen some
stay.
mixed reviews
James,
on it.
Stay.
Seems like everything's got mixed reviews these days, man.
Yeah.
We just gotta find what we like about stuff and just roll with it.
This game has
Afternoon.
lots of
Invitation, please.
Blake
all
and
the
the
games
rest of
that I
York.
like, which is Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed,
Welcome to
Hitman.
the Grand Carpathian.
So those are the games that I
Parking is
play, right?
up ahead.
Yeah.
But this is a little
Mr. and
different
Mrs. York,
from all three,
Enjoy your stay. Much obliged.
Okay.
and I say a little.
In a good way?
Oh, they will.
In a good way, yes.
Nice.
A little different. Same concept, but a little different. The mechanics similar in some ways.
Yeah.
But not
Yeah.
exactly.
Is it like a single player campaign?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
no,
We're
there's no
entering the
multiplayer.
premises. Team
Yeah,
status?
yeah.
Nash,
I wouldn't
delivery
expect
area.
to.
In position.
Yeah, none of those games
Safe.
are multiplayer.
Staff quarters.
Right.
Watson,
Right.
conference wing. Kingsley, first floor suites. Bond.
Right. Nice.
Bond.
Car park. In position.
Greenway. Grand Hall.
Were you
Switching off
streaming it
comms
on
as
Twitch?
instructed.
Both
Keep
Twitch
a low
and
profile and
YouTube.
don't let your guards
And
down.
YouTube.
009 most
On
certainly
the
won't.
YouTubes.
Out.
Twitch
See if I
is
can pull it
Twitch
up.
is if you have Twitch, I'm there.
Is Twitch the better platform to do it on? Where's
Well,
what's
right now
the
it's
better
giving
place to
out
watch?
drops if you ever get the game. So if you watch it for an hour, you get a drop,
Okay,
even though you
why
don't
not?
have the game.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Twitch.tv, let's go. My boy DJ Snipes.
Yeah.
Let's
There
go.
you go. There goes the plug-in. Good, 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 good.
Pretending he's a chauffeur.
Not exactly the 5-star treatment.
It's first, or actually a second mission.
The second mission.
Yeah. Oh no, he's getting become nosy.
No harm in stretching my
He's
legs.
gotta be nosy, man. It's his job.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's a spy,
Bond.
right?
Reporting suspicious behavior.
009?
No. One of the hotel staff. Strangest looking bellhop I ever saw. He was mishandling luggage.
Are you joking? What are we, the local tourist board?
I guess he had to be there. It was
So
odd.
yeah, man, I totally
gonna
get
check
what
it
you were
out.
saying
You will
about
not.
Mando
009
and
is our
Grogu
only
movie,
priority.
man.
Stay
And
at your post, James.
you know,
That's an order.
Yes,
big
Mom.
picture, I totally agree with you. It doesn't move Mando's greater story forward, especially in universe. Doesn't tie to any of the lore and the other stuff going on in the Star Wars universe, and in the story they're trying to tell with, you know, Ahsoka season 2, with Thrawn, and all these other things that are happening in his timeline that he's going to be involved with in the future. It would have been nice to have some tie-in to all of that stuff, right?
Well, you know, there are
Need to see a man about a bag.
rumors of them canceling the Ahsoka series, right?
Yeah, man. Which would be sad. I mean,
Missed him.
Filoni would fight that tooth and nail. That's his baby, right? And he's in charge
Forgot my
of
press
the whole
badge.
You're not the
Lucas,
first.
you know, Lucasfilm now. So,
Right.
I don't think it's gonna get canceled. It may get dialed back in terms of its budget. So he's gonna have to make do with less. But yeah, I think basically Mando and Grogu came out when Kathleen was
Don't
still
mind
in
me.
power, right? And it was being put together when she was still in power. And I guess they kind of figured they just wanted to, like, you know, things are already devolved so badly under her watch with the sequel trilogy just totally trashing the lore, being a complete mess, and then that whole thing with the acolyte just being trash and all that stuff. Like,
Show me your ID.
you know,
Let's go.
they needed just something to kind of bring it back to center. You know, and I
That
think they just
bellhop
kind of
just went
decided,
through.
and it may
No,
she may have
No,
nerfed the
but
story
I've
a
only
little
been here
bit.
a few weeks.
Um,
Talk to the bartender.
We'll never know,
He knows everybody.
but I think
did-
they just wanted to bring it back to center.
She did more than just nerf.
Better go and get my ID
She-
then. If you want
she-
to catch your bell.
Yeah,
She implemented her agenda of
yeah,
women's better than men
yeah,
in all her stories, or all the stories that are in Star Wars.
yeah.
So that right there, the first thing they just said, is a
Yeah,
turn off
and
for
that
all
the
Star
Jedi
Wars
were
fans.
corrupt, were
Yeah.
like actually evil.
Yeah,
And that maybe the Sith were actually the good guys.
yeah, that's
like, bro.
Come on,
What WTF, man?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was
So-
more to it. I mean, there's that, and
Bloody phone, pick up.
you know, the
George,
all the
hell are
crap
you?
that we have to deal with woke crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
That made it worse.
After all those
So,
Absolutely.
and we've already talked. You and I have talked about this
Yes.
with the sequels,
bloody phone.
especially the very first movie of the sequel
Yeah.
about morals.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. I don't care who's running it. I don't care what kind of movie we're watching. But I don't want to see
Hex,
on
pick up
screen
George.
with my family a father getting killed by
Pick up,
their
pick up,
son.
pick up.
Right? Exactly.
That
Turn
that
the mute
Exactly.
button, George.
on
Every
a
bloody time
on
he
a
does this.
dream that he had because he
Yeah.
thought his uncle was going to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, come
Come
on.
on, George, pick
Yeah.
up.
Luke
It's just.
would never ever
Come
kill
on.
even any of his family. Even
Yep.
when he had the right to do it
Bloody
because
phone, pick
his
up,
father
George.
was on the wrong side.
George,
He was
Yeah.
evil,
It's
and he was
yeah.
yeah. It was just
I
like
mean, it's
he,
completely misunderstanding
After all
the
those
you
texts.
know Luke as a character, and
right,
really the whole message, the theme of the whole series and the whole universe.
right.
George.
So that's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
it's no use.
If you can't,
I met with the
if you
whistleblower.
never watched the
Claims to have
first
proof that
movies
Nivex cheated,
and you didn't
but
care
only
what
to Hoffman. How far off is he?
what it stood for
Mhm.
and what those characters
Tell him
stood
to
for,
floor it, or we'll lose the scoop of the year.
then you have no
This sort of thing
business.
becomes possible.
Yeah, you have no business of owning the franchise
and
Yeah.
and making
unless
stories
you sent me on
from
this road
that
to report on the
Right.
and making it your own story
Yeah.
because you think
Like
Didn't think so.
the new people should learn the new story.
yeah. And that's the problem. Kathleen Kennedy was the ultimate traitor
Yeah,
to George
yeah,
Lucas.
yeah.
She took his world. I understand you want to make it your own and self-sustaining, but he had already given her full treatments,
Yeah,
and
And she
where it
didn't
was
take none of
going,
it.
and the central 9 films was supposed to be the story of the Skywalkers. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what it was, and for her to take that away, I mean, fine, make other stories in the Star Wars universe, right? With these other characters, with these
Yeah.
other motivations, whatever. But the Skywalkers, that was its own thing, dude.
Yeah,
Like, that's why do you think people were coming back to the theaters? She thought that, oh, those big numbers justify me completely eviscerating the morality and the heart of the Skywalker story.
she thought because it was branded Star Wars that was just
Yeah,
an easy way to make money,
yeah.
and that's not
So
it.
and it kind of, unfortunately, because so many people went in with hope, they it just takes you once going to the theater to like register as a sale, and so there was billions. Of course, it shows how strong Star Wars was, but she destroyed it by destroying everything that came before it.
Right.
All people really wanted was just to see the original 3 together, right? Luke, Leia, and Han. That's all they had to do. They just wanted to see the old gang back
Quite the
together. You couldn't
security
even
setup
do
you've got
that.
here.
Right? The latest
Like, it's the easiest,
Guaranteed
it's like
radiation-free.
the
Nothing gets
easiest
past
teed
I
up
feel more
ball you
secure
could have,
already.
man. It was all ready to
Great
go.
talking to
It
you,
was,
but
you
I have
know, if
somewhere
you
to
could just
be.
get the 3 of them, there was magic between those 3.
Right.
There's a chemistry like you rarely find in Hollywood on that level. Like,
Yeah.
it was magical. Why? And the 3 were still alive, but they
Yeah.
frittered away. And guess what? You killed off one of the characters, and then in another one, one of the actresses, that Leia, she died,
Yeah, in real life.
and then you killed off Luke. It's
And
just, oh my god.
And then they made Lando into a flying
Yeah, dude.
bird,
Yeah, it's just, bro.
and and then, it was just a
Bro.
big mess. It's just a
It's a
Now it's
complete
just a bit-
and utter mess. And the line, delivered by what's his face, let it die, let the past die.
oh god,
All of it.
That was
That
horrible.
perfectly encapsulates what they were thinking,
Yeah,
which is horrible.
yeah.
Which is horrible, man.
That's what I was saying. Me and my friends have memes, and then I'm gonna send it to you. I'll send it to you. And he says they fixed it, but it's a big, huge meme on how they delete all the characters. And yeah, I'll have to send that to you for sure.
All right, yeah, send it to me.
Yeah, let
Check
me
it
see.
out.
Here, I'll try to. I have it right here on my phone. It's me and 2 other guys, and he sent it, and he says, they finally fixed it, and I'm like, what? So I opened it up, and I'm like, oh my god, I like it, but my other friend says, that was funny, if only if it was true, right?
Right.
That they would do that, but no. Here, okay. Copied it, and then text it to you. Crap. There you are. Come on. Oh, come on. You didn't copy it? Hold on a second. I have to act like I'm watching it and then forward it to you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. There you go. I showed it to my brother. He was laughing too. You're gonna love the first part though, which is my favorite. But even then, I don't like it because he's shooting. You know, you'll see.
What the hell? Canon correction in progress. He's eating ice cream.
May
Yeah.
I just squeeze through?
My fault.
Now the solo part, it's funny, but not
Yeah,
exactly
you don't
what
want to. You don't want to promote the opposite either.
opposite. Yeah, I don't want to promote the. That's not what I was mad about.
Not what we would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not what George would do either.
Yeah, I mean that's
This is like, for the
just
memes.
memes. Yeah, memes. That's all it is. But but then I was telling my friend, I said, you know what? A better meme would be, let's have Solo wake up one morning and say, oh man, I just had a bad dream. And then he walks, and
it
then
was all a dream.
yeah, it was all a dream. And
That'd
then
be
he
great.
walks
Dismiss that whole
the whole sequel.
whole sequel trilogy, man.
Yeah, the
That'd
whole
be
sequel.
great.
And then he goes to the kitchen and eat breakfast with his son and Leia, and eating breakfast. And at this point,
The problem is
like,
Harrison Ford as an actor did not want to be in the series anymore.
Right,
so
right,
he was
yeah,
glad
I know.
he got killed off.
Well,
so you're not
well-
going to get him to film that. And what's her
look.
name is dead already.
yeah, but before
It'll
she
have to be
died,
done with AI.
yeah, but before, yeah, yes, exactly. Now, yeah, at this current state, yeah, she would have to be AI, and hell, he doesn't want to be in it. Make him AI too.
Yeah.
But he's only going to be in there for a few minutes, because what I was going to
Yeah.
say was, they're having breakfast, and Luke's son, which is Kylo,
No, that's Han's son.
yeah, I mean not Luke, Han's son
Yeah.
has kids too, and they become Jedi's.
Mm.
Not necessarily,
Okay.
not necessarily Kylo.
Yeah.
Just their sons, and Luke's
Yeah.
son, I guess, or even his son, helping train basically
Yeah.
Solo's grandsons.
Yeah.
And then
I think that isn't that kind of how it happened a little bit?
a little bit,
yeah.
but not exactly right.
Not
because
exactly, yeah, but
no, because of the fact that you could say, well, Luke had a son too, and then their kids become Jedi's.
Yeah.
And then at
Extended
that point,
universe
and then that point you have a spin-off.
with Mara Jade.
Yeah, and then you have a spin-off of, their sons with their grandkids being the Jedi's, and
Yeah.
they fight evil. They fight
Yeah.
the Empire or whatever is out there. I don't care. Make it up. But you don't want to
Yeah.
you don't want to redo the same thing that it's been doing for years and years, and try to
Yeah.
redo the same idea of somebody in the family is evil.
Yeah. I mean, the whole sequel trilogy was them just trying to replicate the same storyline as
Yeah.
the first trilogy.
You don't need to do
and
that.
The
No,
original
that's already
trilogy, I mean.
that's already done. It's like
Yeah,
how people say it's
so,
a one
but
and
by
done.
killing off the original characters is so stupid, dude. That's
Yeah.
not That's not passing the torch. That's like
No.
just burning down the house.
Yeah, you just burned
Like,
down the
what does
house
that? What does that really
and
accomplish, dude?
and even almost the future of Star Wars, basically.
Yeah, it's so stupid, dude. I don't know,
Uh,
man. And then making Ray like I like the actress. I thought
yeah,
she was great.
I like the
I
actress.
personally like Daisy Ridley. I think she's a great actress, and she did the best she could and did well in
Yeah,
the role for what it was. But um, giving her Mary Sue abilities
they didn't
like
give her credit.
with no no
They didn't give her
hero's journey,
justice.
no progression.
They didn't
Yeah,
give her
they showed
justice.
yeah, they didn't do her character justice
No.
exactly, and unfortunately, it led to fan backlash, which unfortunately she misinterprets as just hating her.
What's your
They don't
idea?
hate
Yeah.
her; they hate what
What they
you
made
know
her made her
what they
be.
yeah what Lucasfilm
Great
did
talking
with
to
her
you, but
character,
I have
Yeah.
somewhere to be.
and they gave her a bad character to act.
Yeah. Well, the
That's
other
the
actor
thing.
the other actors were pretty good too, but the same thing, same
Yeah,
role,
same
bad
thing.
roles, bad
Yeah,
horrible
and I
roles.
mean, they were hinting that what's his face Finn might have Jedi powers, and but just more latent, and
Yeah.
and then they completely dropped that, and he was going to
Yeah.
play a more central role, but then he got completely dropped,
Yeah.
and that
And
I
they just
agree.
made him
Like the actor felt betrayed, and I agree. He
Yeah.
was betrayed.
They almost made it almost felt like they made him to become a fighter, a pilot, and that's it. That's all he
Yeah.
was just a pilot.
Yeah, yeah,
And
but
then
like,
they
You again.
and they
Get
almost
out.
pushed him to become like
Event
he kind of
security.
gave me the vibes
We
of
have an activist posing as a
a
member of the press.
a mini
Anyone
Han
checked in
Solo.
these past few minutes?
Mr.
I
Mogul.
mean,
know,
sort of,
type
but
of
then
character.
the other guy,
Cool.
the other
Let
character,
me through
what's his
before I lose
name?
him.
Poe
Good
Dameron
man.
was supposed to be more of the Han Solo
Yeah, but
character, I think.
he didn't. I didn't feel that from him.
Yeah, well, look, he's kind of like the handsome, dashing, kind of
I felt.
sarcastic,
Yeah, but
quipping kind of
right.
guy.
What I got
That's
from
like
him.
that's totally Han.
Yeah, but
you
I
know.
got more him. He didn't feel like a scoundrel. He didn't feel like uh, a
No, he wasn't. They're not. It's not exact. It's
Yeah,
never going to be
that's-
exact,
right.
But
But I got from him
yeah,
was
they're trying. They were trying to infuse different aspects of those characters in
Right.
the new characters. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. There were aspects of Han in Finn. I do agree.
It's almost like they didn't know what they were going to do.
but
So,
they
should
didn't
we
know what
do-
they were going to do. They
Yeah.
they wanted to keep their options open, and having
Am I dragging you out?
Ryan what's his face direct the second movie was a mistake.
Yeah.
And honestly, the way that those two directors approached it was they wanted to make a name. And how do you make a name for yourself? You kill off a beloved character. That's the biggest impact you can have. So they both did that. And guess what? You killed off two of the three most important characters, and the third one died. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like after that, it's just like all in the toilet, dude. And you gave characters that had no real backstory that could really be felt or earned. It didn't feel earned. Like Ray's journey from like a desert kid to like having suddenly all these Jedi powers was not earned like Luke's was. Luke had a progression. You saw him. You
Yeah.
saw him try to get good, and he got defeated, and he licked his wounds, and he came back better.
Yeah,
And
everybody wanted that. That's what they
her-
were. That's what they expected, especially in Return
Yeah,
of the
she
Jedi.
did not have that hero's journey,
No,
and it did
no.
not feel earned. Her powers just came out of nowhere. She went from zero to hero in like no time.
And the
and then,
thing
like-
the thing about Luke, yeah, he was a master Jedi in Return of the Jedi, but he was humble. He didn't
Yes.
act like, oh, I got the power, I own the world, the universe.
Yeah, and you saw his progression from the first, second, and third movies.
Yeah. So he didn't he acted like, okay, I have I have sympathy or empathy on anyone, or I don't feel like that I'm the strongest person in the world, but I am a master and I will take care of what I need to take care of to protect my family, my friends, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like whenever you would see him act on that third movie. And that's what everybody wanted.
And even with him, becoming a Jedi Master, at the end, he still couldn't defeat the Emperor without the help of his father.
Yeah, exactly.
And, And his primary goal, honestly, besides trying to stop the Emperor, was to save his father.
Sorry, sir.
To save his father's
Can't let you
soul in a
pass.
way.
Of course.
You know what I mean? He wanted to
Gotta
redeem
find a
his
way to
father.
fool this lad.
And it was his belief, his unending belief that his father could be redeemed. And that's central part of his character. That could redeem, someone like Darth Vader, right? His father. That's not the same person that would, like, just because of a stupid dream would try to kill his nephew. Like, how stupid is that? That makes no sense.
That is
no sense.
Completely
They are
poor
completely
writing.
out of character. Terrible writing.
Terrible writing. It's almost like he did not, which I feel like most of these directors have never saw the previous movies.
Right.
Doesn't understand
Yes.
the character.
Exactly.
And
they were
never
not Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
They were.
They
even self-admitted they were not Star Wars fans.
But even then, if you're not a Star Wars fan, go freaking do the research.
Yeah.
Watch it and learn
Yeah.
who they are, and then
Yeah.
that way, if you don't have to watch the movie, just read the script.
The problem is it's hubris. They are so high on their own supply.
Yeah.
They probably didn't even want to really watch it, or really, even if they did watch it, they didn't really want to internalize the message that George was presenting in his
Well, they
original
kind
trilogy.
of. I feel like they kind of copied bits
Yeah, they
and
copied.
pieces.
All they did was they just copied. They basically tried to farm the same aura as before.
But
And-
with
but-
their
but
twist,
they did it poorly.
Yeah, with their twist, with their so-called knowledge of what they know, and it was very, very, very poor without any real deep, in-depth research. I mean, you can
They got the
have
surface level stuff without
Yeah.
the true deep meaning underneath all of it.
right, exactly. I mean, there's
That's
a
what
lot.
sunk them.
Yeah, because if you say they were in a meeting room, and you had a Star Wars fan that knows the lore, knows every character, knows everything about Star Wars, even the canon stuff, they would sit there and go, no, 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 and no.
Yeah.
None of that
Yeah.
should work. None of that's going to
Yeah.
work.
Exactly. Yeah, so sad, man. Kathleen Kennedy stabbed Lucas in the back. She threw his treatment in the trash, and
Well, I'm glad she's gone, but I'm hoping they clean up their crap, or all the people that's left over.
The problem that I see happening is that Dave, he's a little bit compromised by Hollywood.
Yeah,
Hopefully
exactly,
Now that
yeah.
he's in charge, he can really kind of like show what he's got, and hopefully he can be true. But the fact that he also kind of had a hand in green lighting Acolyte,
Well,
it just,
that's what I'm
just shows
saying.
he's been compromised.
Well,
you
I
know?
feel like he's compromised because he's brainwashed all this time
Yeah.
by Miss KK.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see, man. And the other thing is that, Disney's got a new CEO, Josh D'Amaro, and his mandate is to make Disney profitable, and that's gonna come with strings attached to any projects that Lucasfilm is gonna do next.
If Disney wanted to profit, they should
Yeah,
have did it right in the first place.
they should have, but they lost a lot of that.
A huge, and I'm talking about
Yeah.
huge opportunity.
Huge opportunity missed out on, man.
Yeah,
They had
that's
so
like-
much momentum. The
that's like saying-
strongest IP in the land.
Yeah, it's like
I
saying,
mean, the
"Hey,
most loyal fans.
two envelopes
Frittered it
presented.
all away.
Two envelopes are presented to you, and one of them says you can make $5 million right now, and the other one says you can make 100 billion, but
Yeah.
it takes time and
It's gonna
and
take
effort."
time. Yeah.
I'll put it back.
And basically, what it said,
Eventually.
we're okay with 5 million. We'll take the first envelope. Who cares? It's just Star Wars.
They wanted to give voice to underserved voices, underrepresented voices in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I understand the ethos behind bringing more minority voices to the forefront, but it's got to be done organically. I'm a minority, for God's sake. Of course, I support it, but you can't just do it blindly like they did,
No,
without any
yeah.
consideration for the original story. What's up, Liquid?
Oh, Liquid's here. What the heck?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
why do you think they are underrepresented in Star Wars? Because they're not the main fans.
Yeah, yeah. They're
So
not.
you're taking people who are not like do not represent the fandom, and
know
you're
what the
putting them in charge of story group.
You know what they're fans of? Those people, those executives that bought Star Wars, they're fans of their own Disney. They're fans of Disney in general. So they don't care about the. They look at Star Wars as a small piece, small little like secondary. Like
So they
they're
didn't
not.
give it the
Yeah,
respect it
yeah,
deserved.
exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't give the respect that they deserve because they just like, oh, they're not that big of a deal. It's just a movie. It's just an old movie. It's, we're gonna. As a matter of fact, we're gonna make it better than it ever was.
They most certainly did not.
No, well, that's what they were thinking.
Yeah. I mean,
Their
pretty much the
brand,
only good thing that came out of it post Disney purchase was Mando, and
yeah.
that was created by Filoni and Favreau.
Who did Rogue One? Rogue One, I give it props.
Rogue One was
that
good.
really good. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm
opinion.
wrong. Yeah. So Rogue One was good, and then Tony Gilroy, and also what's his face, the guy that did the Godzilla movie. He was the
Plan or what?
director.
Yeah.
No.
I'm about to-
He's playing 007 on stream.
Yeah, I'm about to get out because I'm stuck on this portion. I don't know what to do. Good game. Thanks for watching DJ Snaps.